Hello everybody, and this is very weird because I got back from Disney 2 weeks ago. You have been watching my vlogs for a couple of months now, I think, hopefully. I'm not sure how much footage I've got, but it's weird knowing I'm filming this now and you're not going to see it for a few months. But I knew that I wanted to film a trip roundup of kind of a summary of everything that had happened through my vlogs and things that I didn't quite get to say while I was vlogging, and things that I might have missed and stuff that I just kind of wanted a summary of everything and kind of bring the trip to a proper close. So last week you will have seen me heading home. I can't even remember what we did on our last day. What did we do? Oh, we went to Walmart, we had breakfast, we didn't really do anything, to be honest. I think the day before that we did SeaWorld, which yeah. So this could be a long video, so get yourself a cuppa, preferably in a Disney mug, and yeah, let's start at the beginning, I suppose. We flew from Newcastle Airport with Thompson's Airways. To start with, you probably know, but I'm not sure what I mentioned or whatever. So booking our holiday, we booked the villa privately, direct with the owner of the villa. It is somewhere that we have stayed before, so we knew kind of the gentleman and things like that, but obviously he's not a friend or anything, he's just somewhere that we stayed before. We booked our flights and car separately, so we flew with Thompson's Airways, and we got our car through Alamo. We flew from Newcastle, as I said. It was really nice to fly from Newcastle. Flying from a local airport, the only other option from us is Manchester, which is a good 3 hours away. So flying from Newcastle was really nice. We still had to be up quite early, but Newcastle was so much of a better option. Apart from there's not a lot to do in the airport, to be honest. But then we were on the plane and heading to Disney. I just couldn't deal with the fact that I was heading to Disney World. Flight was really good. The last hour of it made me feel quite sick. We had a little bit of turbulence kind of coming into land because there was a lot of cloud coverage, so it was a bit bumpy, and the cabin was getting quite warm as well because obviously we were coming into Orlando, and it just didn't agree with me. I did not feel very well at all, which is why I pretty much didn't vlog for the rest of that day, because I was just recovering from it. As I said, flight was really good. The entertainment system was brilliant. I didn't run out of films to watch. Obviously with a long haul flight you get all complimentary drinks and you get your 2 meals as well. Food was airport food, plain food, nothing amazing, but again it was edible. Drinks, I was really impressed that Thompson's were actually offering what I would call premium alcohols and things for people. So you've got like your Smirnoffs, your Bacardis, things like that. They weren't like cheapy things, they were actually really good quality. When we were going, we actually had a set of 3 to ourselves, so there was only 2 of us sat in there, which was so much nicer than when we came home, because unfortunately we had someone sat next to us. But it was really nice just to have like kind of space to dump stuff and you didn't feel as cramped, so it was really nice on the way there. Once we landed into Orlando Sanford, which obviously we went to Sanford, not International, because we were like the second off last row in the whole plane, we pretty much got off last, and which meant that when we got into the customs hall, the immigration hall, we were pretty last in the queue, to be fair, and it looked like there'd already been a plane land as well. I've never experienced it take us 2 hours to get through customs at Sanford Airport. They didn't have all the desks on, and to be honest, the reason I went to Sanford was to avoid that, and the fact that it still took us 2 hours to get through customs, and then we were an additional like 20 to 30 minutes away from like where we would have been if we'd been in International. It kind of made me think I'm just going to go to International in the future, because I have heard people say that International has now got like automated immigration things for if you've been there in the last 3 years. So next time we go, I think I'll actually go to International, because it can still take 2 hours to get through customs in Sanford. and I'd rather be at International doing that rather than Sanford and be that little bit closer. So that was a little bit of a downside to start with. I was like kind of itching to wanting to be out, and just stood in that immigration hall is not the most fun way to start your holiday. Cases came off pretty quickly. Getting actually out through, I think that is then customs, was pretty alright. There wasn't much of a queue, just straight out. Then we went to Alamo. It's the first time that we've actually rented a car with Alamo. Normally we use Dollar, but they were just so much more expensive this time, so we decided to go with Alamo, and I know that a lot of people do use them, and they are kind of the preferred user for Virgin as well, so I thought they'll be fine. From what we've experienced with Dollar, there's normally a ridiculous queue. There's a theme. There's a ridiculous queue to actually pick up your car. By the time we got to Alamo, it's a bit more out of the airport. It's a bit of a longer walk because they must obviously be new to that airport. Walked in, not a single person waiting, which was brilliant. They had absolutely loads of desks on, which was great. So we just walked in, handed our bits of paper over. He was like, fine, sign this, your car's over there, which is the way I like it. So we went and picked the car up off. There's always like a little man hanging about, little man, I don't know what else to call him, a gentleman who will escort you to kind of the cars in your row that you can pick from based on what you've hired. And there was none of what we'd hired left, and automatically they just upgrade you. They never, from my experience, have never ever tried to downgrade you. He just went, oh right, well there's none of them left, you can have that if you want. Which was like a big, we were meant to be going for a Kia Sportage, which is kind of a standard size SUV, and we ended up with like the next size up, which was like a big 7-seater size like SUV. It was massive, which was really good. There was so much space in it, so that was quite good, and it was really good of them just to upgrade us, which to be fair, from my experience, they do that quite a lot. So then obviously it takes quite a lot of time to get from Sanford Airport back to the villa. It took about an hour-ish. There was a lot of traffic because we didn't actually get out of Sanford till probably about 5, which middle of rush hour on a Friday night. So yeah, it took us a while to get back to the villa. Villa was really easy to get into, loved it. We stayed there before, absolutely brilliant. That night we actually headed to Old Town Kissimmee. I did do a vlog on it, but it wasn't that night because, as I said, I was still feeling rather rough off the plane journey. One thing I will say about the plane journey is we went on a Dreamliner for the very first time, and it was really, really nice. I didn't think I'd notice a difference, but the cabin is meant to be like less pressurized because of the material it's made out of, it, all that sciencey stuff. And I felt rather sick and a bit queasy and stuff like that, but that was because of the turbulence, and I'd have felt like that anyway. But normally when I get off a plane, I feel so bloated. I just, like, my head hurts, like a really bad head. And this time there was absolutely none of that. It was just feeling a bit sick because obviously we've been going like that for a full hour. So yeah, the Dreamliner was really good and a lot better than, like, a lot more of an improvement than I expected. So we headed to Old Town, we got something to eat, we chilled out, we went back to the villa and crashed. First day we headed to Epcot. First thing we did when we walked through the doors was go and pick up some magic bands. Magic bands are amazing. Apart from the fact that you've got a bit of Disney on your wrist all the time, they are so much more useful than actually having your like ticket card things. They are so much better. The basic magic bands I think are about $12, and the one that I got was about $20 because I got the one with Minnie on it. I really recommend picking up a magic band if you are heading to Disney and obviously got a 14-day ticket and you're going to be there all the time. So much easier just to have it on your wrist for firstly walking in the park. Well, you'd think that you'd walk in the park and put all your tickets in your bag, but that is not what happens. So you walk in the park, obviously use your ticket to get in. Then when you're going on rides and things, obviously all your fast passes are linked to your magic band, so it saves you getting all your tickets out again. Just walk up, boop your magic band and you are straight in. And then on rides where they've got pictures as well, when you come off, just scan your magic band, all of them go onto your photo pass, Photo pass people, use your magic band. It just saves you getting your ticket in and out all the time. And you'll need your tickets in and out. Say if you've got 6 family members, it'll be like, that's yours, that's yours, that's yours, that's yours. Like at every single ride, it's so annoying. So magic bands are a must for me, and going forward, I will never go to Disney without one ever again. So I had a day at Epcot. Feet hurt a lot. Epcot was definitely a good one to do for the first day, a bit more chilled, few rides, soaring around the world. It was amazing. And then we headed back. I can't remember even what we did for tea that night. We possibly went to the Golden Corral. We did a lot of all-you-can-eat buffets, mainly because to keep costs down really. The Disney restaurants can get quite expensive if you don't have dining plan. So that is the way that we ate most of the time. We had all-you-can-eat buffets in the morning and on an evening, or we'd pick something up in the park like a chicken nugget meal or something like that. So that was day 1. I won't talk through every single day because this video will be like an hour long. So the next day we went to Discovery Cove. I love Discovery Cove. It's so relaxing, chilled out, all inclusive day, so free drinks, free snacks, free food. The food was really nice. I made the most of it. There's a picture, I don't know if I'll put it in the vlog, I've not edited it yet. There's a picture of my food and I literally couldn't fit anything else on my tray, and I looked down at it and I was like, to be fair, it's probably what I would have had at an all-you-can-eat buffet, but seeing it all on my tray at once, I was like, I'm not going to fit in my bikinis if I still eat like this. That's rather a lot. So yeah, food is really good. Pretty much you can have as much as you want, as little as you want. Just a fantastic day. Snorkeling with the fish. Well, you can swim with the dolphins there as well if you want. The aviary with all the birds in, I really like. I'm hoping I got some really good footage of that on my GoPro. I've not managed to look at it yet. But yeah, I absolutely love Discovery Cove. But going next time, I would say I probably wouldn't bother, because we didn't do any snorkeling with the fish because I was kind of like, the water's cold. And Phil wasn't kind of taking snorkeling very well, and I was just like, I'm just going to chill and relax. And next time, I think Discovery Cove has to be something that you do once every few years to keep it special. So I probably won't be doing that next year, but it is a really good thing to do if you've never ever done it before. So then what did we do? Where did we go? What did we do? I can't remember where we went. So that'll be the Saturday and the Sunday. So the Monday we went to Magic Kingdom. We were only going to be spending like half the day there, but I kind of made the decision that I wanted to see Wishes. Wishes was ending on the Thursday or the Wednesday of the week that we were there. So kind of in my head, I wanted to see Wishes. I don't think I'd ever seen it, so I wanted to see it, and I thought, we're here. I've paid a lot of money to be here. I want to see Wishes, and I'll regret it if I don't. So we stopped and we saw Wishes, and I loved it. It was beautiful. I probably nearly cried. Seeing Main Street on a night lit up, there's no words. Pretty much, I absolutely loved it. Magic Kingdom, I never used to go to Magic Kingdom quite a lot, but when I walked into Magic Kingdom and I walked down Main Street and I saw the castle, I was like, this is now my favourite park. I love it. Might not have the best rides in it, although there are some pretty good ones in there. It might not have the shortest queues, but Magic Kingdom, there is something magical about it. It's in the name. I absolutely loved it. Rides we went on there, we went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, really good. We went on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, fantastic. In fact, we went on that like 3 times. We went on Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain was having technical difficulties that day, and the queue was ridiculously long. We went on Thunder Mountain, which was good again. Don't think we got on much else. We probably could have if we just stood in the queue, but we didn't, and we had ice cream, and yeah, it was a really good day. So over the moon that we got to see Wishes. We ate at Cosmic Rays that night. and it was the first time I had experienced Disney chicken nuggets, which are the best chicken nuggets ever in the world. They are the best chicken nuggets, hands down. Don't care what anybody says, they are the best chicken nuggets I've ever tasted. So yeah. Then the next day, what did we do? We went to a water park. We went to Typhoon Lagoon. Love Typhoon Lagoon. Crushing Gushers are fantastic. My favourite slides ever. I like to do an alternate day, so I like to do water park, walk park, water park, walk parks to kind of give your feet a rest. What I did end up picking up though, they're over there. I'll go and show you. 2 seconds. Because I've not actually shown these in any of my hauls, and I don't even know if I kind of commented on it in my vlogs or not, so I'll show you here. I picked up these shoes, which are essentially like wetsuit shoe things. Obviously there's 2 of them. I picked these up from Walmart. I think they were like $4.99. You can pick them up in the parks, but they are like $20. So I just picked some up in Walmart because I thought, even if they fall to bits, I'll just put them in the bin. They're like $4. So I wore them after the first day being there so we did Typhoon Lagoon, and by about 3 in the afternoon, bear in mind my feet were hurting off being at Magic Kingdom all day, I couldn't walk, and I can't explain it, but I literally couldn't walk. I don't know, I couldn't work out if it was because the floor was that hot or if it was because my feet were in that much pain. But at one point I was like, I can't walk. So I put on my flip-flops, and as soon as I put on my flip-flops to like walk around the park in, I was fine. I couldn't stand up straight before that. I was like walking like this. I was like all hunched over, like hobbling, like really bad. And I put my flip-flops on and I was walking fine, which kind of solidified in me it was because the floor was that hot. It was just burning the bottom of my feet. It was ridiculous. They do put sprinklers and things on the floor, but I have quite sensitive feet, so I went for them. I've always kind of threatened on buying them when I've been there in the past. This time it was so hot, it was spoiling my time. So I went for them, and they made the water park so much more enjoyable from then on, because I could just walk the amount of times, because Phil didn't get any, that I was walking between rides. And he was like, quick, move, out the way. And I was like, well, what's going on? Why? And it was because the floor was so hot, but because I had them on, I couldn't tell. And I was stood in his way, and he was like trying to get past me to get to some shade or some water or something. And I was like, oh yeah, whoops. So yeah, they are a really good investment, especially if your kids are struggling with the heat on the floor. The amount of children that I'd seen being carried because the floor was that hot. So yeah, Typhoon Lagoon, fantastic, absolutely love it. Dippin' Dots, I have to try Dippin' Dots when you get there. You'll see them in my vlog, well, you will have seen them in my vlogs. I love Dippin' Dots, really good. Then we went to, where did we go? I can't remember what we did. I think we did Universal. Yeah, I think we did. First day at Universal, we did Universal, then Islands of Adventure. The queues in Universal compared to Disney were like minuscule. We walked straight onto Men in Black, 15-minute queue. We went straight onto the Mummy, which again, to be honest, the Mummy didn't even have a queue on it. It said 10 minutes, but we walked pretty much, by the time you'd walked through the like queue system, you were just straight on the ride. We also went on Shrek 4D, which was, again, just walk on. We went to Gringotts, which I expected to have at least an hour and a half on it. And it had 20 to 25 minutes, so we went on Gringotts twice. We went on the Mummy about 4 times. We went on Men in Black again. Then we headed over to Islands of Adventure via the Hogwarts Express at platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross, which was an experience and I loved it. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, you have to do it. You can walk through the actual platform 9 3/4 and you can see people disappear. It's really weird. I don't know how they do it. It's really good. Once we got to Islands, I am a sucker for a wet ride, so we did them back to back. We did Jurassic Park, we did the Popeye and Blue Toes. No, we did Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls first. Then we did Dudley Do Right's Bill Draft. No, I got it wrong. Popeye and Blue Toes Bill Draft. And I was soaked from head to foot. Oh, we also did, what else did we do? What's it called? New Kong Skull Island. Good ride. I really like that. Spider-Man and the new Gringotts ride, I say all have the same concept. They're all got glasses, they're all like a 4D style ride, and you're probably not moving very far, but because of like everything that's going on around you and all the screens and everything, it feels like you're moving a very, very long way, and it's very scary sometimes. Then we went on, I think we went to Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. It's a really good ride. The way it plays with your senses is ridiculous. First time Phil had been on it, he absolutely loved it. Phil has loved every single ride that we've been on, and he wasn't a ride person before we went, so that says something for all the rides there. Then I had a bit of a stupid moment. I decided, let's go on the Hulk. Because Phil's never been on it before, and it's something he should experience. I'll not suggest that again. When we were walking up to it, they were like, you can't take anything on with you. They've recently revamped it as well, and I don't remember this from before, but they were like, you can't take anything on with you. Literally, there's nothing in your pockets at all. So we'd obviously left everything with Mum and Dad anyway, because they weren't stupid enough to go on it. But they even have you walk through metal detectors to ensure that you've got nothing on you. Universal and Islands actually provide lockers at most of the rides that you can't take things on for like a specific amount of time free. So depending on the queue time for that ride, the like time frame for the free section for the lockers is kind of adjusted for like to compensate for that. So that's really good like service that they offer. But yeah, I came off the Hulk feeling rather sick. I had rather a bad head. It was really hot because obviously you're going around corners like this, bumping your head off the sides. Never again. Never let me go on the Hulk again. So after that we headed home. God knows what we had for tea. Who knows? Probably Golden Corral or something like that. Not sure. But then the next day we went to Blizzard Beach because obviously a chill day. Loved it. Some of the rides were closed, which yeah, it meant that the queues for other things were like a lot longer. Where in Typhoon Lagoon we literally just walked on the Cushion Gushers as many times as we wanted, and the new family raft ride, which was really good as well. But there were like a few queues in Blizzard Beach, which it doesn't bother me too much because I just go around on the lazy river. My camera's about to cut out because it doesn't like me recording for more than 25 minutes, so I'll just turn it back on again. And we are back. So yeah, Blizzard Beach was really good, and I don't think we had any specific amazing snacks there. I think I had an ice cream. The swirl ice cream in Disney is so nice. But yeah, then on Friday we went to Animal Kingdom, which Animal Kingdom was my favourite Disney park. The Tree of Life is just unbelievable. We went on the It's a Bug's Life show. We also did the safari. We watched Lion King. Lion King is amazing. Love that. We went on the Kali River Rapids. We walked around the gorillas. We went to Rafiki's conservation station. We did Everest, which I was amazed that I managed to get a fast pass for that, because we'd originally got a fast pass for It's Bug's Life because I know it was something that Mum and Dad really wanted to see, and I really wanted to see as well, and I didn't want to risk it having a really long queue. But when we walked in, it had 15 minutes on it, so I thought, right, we'll just go and do it now. So I changed my fast pass that day and I managed to get Everest, which was I was really surprised at. So we went on Everest. That night we stayed to watch the Rivers of Light show. Again, I'd never seen it before, so I knew I wanted to go and see it. It was really good. I was disappointed there wasn't any fireworks. I am a fireworks girl. I love a good set of fireworks. But that night, because obviously we were staying, we had food there, and I had chicken nuggets again. If I had food in Disney, I had chicken nuggets. So we had a chicken nuggets each. I don't know, I think Mum and Dad just had chicken nuggets as well. We're just like a family of chicken nugget eaters. But yeah, that's what happened in Animal Kingdom, I think. But what I would say is when you are trying to get to Sea Rivers of Light, they kind of start queuing from about an hour and a half before. We waited a long time beforehand to make sure that we got seats, because there is a big section for fast passes and dining plans, but not that large for the actual, like, we call it standby now instead of like actual queue. So yeah, make sure you get there early if you don't want to miss it. But yes, Animal Kingdom, really good, still love it. The safari was really good because the like giraffes were like so close. Some of them were causing havoc because they were crossing the road in front of the jeeps and things, which I thought was quite funny. But it meant that we could have more time looking at the animals because they weren't just driving through the section, they had to stop. So that was quite good. Next time I'd really like to try the nighttime safari. Then we did, on the Saturday, I think we went to Hollywood Studios for the morning, and then golf on the afternoon, miniature golf. We do like a good round of miniature golf at the Congo River Golf. It's so funny, I'm so rubbish at it. But at Hollywood Studios we did the it's the Toy Story Mania shooting game. Out of all the shooting games, that one's my favourite by far. It's so much more fun because you're actually in front of a screen shooting things rather than like driving around a track like trying to shoot objects near you. It's like a proper video game. I loved it. We did the Great Movie Ride. We did we do Tower of Terror? I'm not sure. We might have. No, that was this. Was that the second time? Yeah, we did that the second time we went to Tower of Terror. Really good. Just at the moment there's not a lot there, so until they open the new Star Wars land and the kind of, I don't know if they're doing Pixar or Toy Story, I think it's Toy Story land, there's not a great deal there to spend a full day. So we went and obviously played mini golf and had a bit of a chill night, and that night was the car cruise for Kissimmee, Old Town Kissimmee. So we went to that as well, which I'll have shown you. It's a really good thing if you're really into cars and stuff, but you'll have seen that in all the vlogs, and everywhere that I mention I will link down below as well. So that's what we did then. Then on the Sunday we went up to the premium outlets, which are fantastic. If you've got shoppers in your family, you need to go to the premium outlets. They are huge and they have some really good brands in it. I picked up a little Kate Spade purse, which I pretty much got $75 off it, and it was beautiful. I love it. I've used it every single day since I got back. So yeah, and we probably only got to see half of it, so if you can, you probably need a good full day up there. Then on the night we popped back to Hollywood Studios to see Fantasmic. That is when we went on the Tower of Terror. And did we do any other rides? I don't think we did any other rides apart from me and Phil went back on the Toy Story Mania because we loved it. We were like, even if it's got a narrow queue, we've got time to kill. We're going back on it. On the Monday we went to Aquatica. Not a fan, to be honest. I didn't find, I don't like to be negative about things, but I didn't find the staff that helpful or that wanting to help kind of thing. And just kind of the vibe of it wasn't, it was more like a cheapy water park compared to your Blizzard Beach and your Typhoon Lagoons. It just did not compare at all. If I was asked if I wanted to buy a ticket direct for Aquatica, I'd probably say no. Because we got it free with Discovery Cove and everything, obviously we went, but it wasn't on my must water park list. So if you're not that fussed, probably wouldn't recommend it. However, their kind of lazy river style thing, the rapid river, was so much fun. You get like a life jacket to put on and you go in it, and it's got a really fast current on it, and because you've got your life jacket on, you just lift your feet up and you just kind of whiz around it. It's really good fun. But that is probably the only thing in it that kind of did really kind of go, yeah, this is really good. All the other slides are a bit meh, to be honest. So yeah, but then the next day we went back to Universal Studios, I think. Did it the other way around, so we did Islands and then we did Universal. We did all the wet rides again. We didn't do the Hulk because I learnt my lesson. Then we went into Universal, we popped to, oh, we also did the horror makeup show as well, which was a really, really good show. It's so funny. Although it says a horror makeup show, it is suitable for children and it's a good laugh and it's proper adult style humour, but it's adult style humour that probably kids don't get. So it is definitely a really good, like, all-round family show. I don't think we've done anything other different in, oh, I saw the Beat Builders. The Beat Builders, they were really good. I was so lucky to catch them. I wanted to see them, but I kind of didn't really want to make like an effort to like be there at that time because I didn't want it to affect like the rest of my day. But we were walking from King's Cross down towards the Mummy and literally starting as we arrived, which was really good. So I got all that on video, which was fantastic. We were gonna stop that night to see City Walk and stay for like live music and things, which they've like advertised quite a lot. And it's the first time I've been there when I've been over the age of 21. But once we looked at like the bars and when the live music was and things like that, it didn't really kind of play up to what our expectations were, I would say. So we just decided to head back, and I had, before we headed back, I wanted to try some of the Cold Stone ice cream that they had there. So nice. I think we went for the Oreos and cream, the cookies and cream one. So nice. Really recommend it. Definitely to share. There is a lot in one. To be fair, we did go a bit over the top, but it was very nice. Then I think when we went back, we got a Papa John's for tea. Best pizza I've ever had. We got it twice because it was so nice. Then what did we do the next day? We've had Universal. I think we headed back to Typhoon Lagoon because that was our favourite water park, Crush and Gushers. There were a lot more queues in that day, but nothing that was stopping us enjoying ourselves. Then on, what day are we on? So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the day before we come home. Rubbish. So we went back. No, we didn't go back. So on Thursday we went to SeaWorld. Yeah, I like SeaWorld, but I'm not too sure if I'd go back anymore. They've changed the shows up, like the Clive and Seymour show has changed. They've changed the concept behind it. However, they haven't changed the script pretty much. They've changed it to like the new theming, but like the interaction with the sea lions and the actual tricks and things that they do, and obviously there's so much they can do, but the like premise around what's going on with them and everything is exactly the same. Like literally exactly the same. Like counting out their food, which is what they used to do in one of the old shows, like one for you, and then one eats it. Exactly the same, which kind of disappointed me a little bit. Dolphin show, amazing. Absolutely loved it. Always love it. I love a good dolphin. The Journey to Atlantis was having issues, shall we say. We managed to get on it, but it wasn't running to full capacity because obviously I've been on it before, so I know what should be happening, what should be lighting up, what like the noises that we should be hearing, and it just wasn't. The Kraken was down because they're obviously making it up to be a VR roller coaster. There was other things that were down. The other main roller coaster there wasn't really working properly. So I was a bit like, I think it was hot, I was bothered, and I was a bit sad that we were going home, and I just didn't really have the best day there, to be honest. The rides are a bit lacking now, and some of the shows are just not the best anymore. So yeah, probably wouldn't head back to SeaWorld next time we go. Well, that night we went home and had another Papa John's, and then I did something which I don't even think I mentioned in one of my vlogs. No, I don't think I even mentioned it. It was that I went to go and meet Erica Moulton, who is one of my friends here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below. You'll have heard me talk about her a million times before. She's fantastic. We Snapchat, we chat, we text. She's literally like my best. She was like a really, really good friend, but I'd never met her before, and she was living down in Florida, and she was actually moving up like 2 or 3 weeks after I left. And it was lucky that she was actually in Florida while I was there, because she was up and down from New York. So I texted her and I was like, can we meet? I really want to meet you. And she was of the same opinion. And that night we popped to Starbucks and had a chat, and honestly it was like talking to someone that I'd known for like 20 years. Phil came with me, obviously, safety numbers and things like that, but she was just exactly the same girl that she is in her videos. I was gonna vlog it, but literally it was like talking to a friend, and I didn't want to be that person that just went, oh, I'll just like vlog and stuff. And to be honest, I didn't even think about it until afterwards. I was like, oh, I didn't vlog at all because I was so distracted by just talking to her. We were there for about an hour and a half, and literally the conversation just didn't die. So I really enjoyed meeting her, and to be honest, it's probably a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I hope it's not. I really, really hope it's not, but I'm so glad I got that opportunity. And then it was the sad time of packing and putting everything away and back in the cases, and we headed home. We did a bit of like looking round shops and things on the morning, then headed up to Sanford Airport. Again, another reason why I don't really want to fly into Sanford next time is because it was like an hour away, like wasting another hour of your day when you could have gone to like Disney Springs or something. We also did go to Disney Springs. It was really good, apart from it absolutely chucked it down the day that we went, so it's probably a good thing we did go to Disney Springs, but I would like to spend more time there next time. But yeah, then we flew home, and that was the end of that. But I found that the flight home, again, with being on a Dreamliner, was so nice. Like, I felt so much better when I got off at the other end. Normally I have a really bad head, don't feel very well, but I felt fine apart from being tired. And it didn't take me as long to get over my jet lag. I'm convinced of it, because we flew in, we landed on the Saturday morning, and I think I had a bit of a 2-hour nap during the day. I vlogged it. It was not a pretty sight. I'll link it up here if you want to see that vlog. It's quite funny. So I went for a nap for a couple of hours during the day, went to bed kind of normal time, and then the next day I was pretty much back to it. The Sunday we were pretty much back to our normal times, back to bed at the normal time. Then by Monday, going back to work, we were absolutely fine. So the Dreamliner, I think, definitely helped with that, and I'll try and fly on them in the future. But yeah, I think this has been a ridiculously long video. It's been at least half an hour. No, 40 minutes. Oh dear. I might not even edit it down, because that was my trip. I can't talk about a 2-week trip in the space of 10 minutes. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed all of my vlogs. I don't know at what point this is going up. It could be before Christmas, it could be after Christmas, it could be like Halloween, I don't know, but hopefully by this time I've already got another trip planned. I'm like panic looking at the website every day. I'm like so excited to get something booked up for next year. If I do, I will do an announcement. I'll let you know when I'm going. All the planning videos will be starting again. Just because these vlogs are finished does not mean that it is the end of Disney on my channel. As you know, Disney is in my heart. Kind of, this is the situation right now. I absolutely love Disney. I've always loved Disney, and I will always love Disney. So there will always be an element of Disney on my channel, whether it's vlogs, tips, tricks, just what's happening in Walt Disney World. I might even get to Paris one day, you never know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping there's been lots of love on the vlogs, so thank you for all of the love and taking the time to watch my little trip away. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all very soon, hopefully with an announcement for a new trip. And yeah, bye!
I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so